Just leave it on iPadOS 26. OK, I will leave it on iPadOS 26 and then set a wallpaper. OK, when he's done, set both wallpapers and then typically go into my iOS the next day or stuff like that. And iOS 18 and iPadOS 26 and the iOS 18 and iPadOS and the iOS and stuff like that. But you can also do it iPadOS here, or you can go and just set wallpapers, and then also when it's done, set both wallpapers. You can go back into iOS and iPadOS and all that. Anyways, I haven't set both wallpapers yet, but just for example, this is iOS here, this is also iPadOS here. Take note that we're not be able to put no iOS 18 here until the wallpaper's already set in process. OK, so like I said, just leave it on iPadOS 26, but you have a choice here. You can put it on tvOS 26. If you put it on tvOS 26 and soon as you start up and it's gonna be tvOS 26 and the whole screensaver, it's gonna to see it. If you leave it on iOS 26, the only way to set wallpaper on default of iOS 26 on your iPhone, if you set customize, that's the liquid glass, and the go back into it, it will play iOS 26 and iPadOS, macOS, tvOS. Right now iPadOS 26 means only you can see it. OK, so I will leave mine on iPadOS 26, and also the same thing, you can go back to the iOS or you can change it, put iPadOS, and also you have iOS 18 down here now. OK. Also you have iPhone or iPad in there. Anyways, once you fill in the iPadOS on iPad and the iPadOS and the iOS 18 on iPhone, and then you can go and make a tvOS 26 and click 2 times in the menu, the whole screensaver gonna see it. OK, now again I typically do is I will set iPadOS 26 to the my iPad, and then do typically go into my iOS later on, and then I will go the iPadOS and the iOS 18 and then make it a tvOS 26 in there. OK, but sometimes I do go to the iPhone and iPad and MacBook and Apple TV and Apple Watch and Apple Vision and stuff like that. You can put the information here, access to the iOS here. I want the wallpaper and tvOS is soon. OK, anyways, text field, double tap to edit. Screen record. Like I said, I will typically leave it on iPadOS 26, and then later on I have time, I will go ahead and actually play iPadOS and then play iOS or stuff like that. iPadOS 26, basically its only view that will be able to view it now. I will keep this on iPadOS 26. OK, now the thing is I will keep mine on iPadOS 26 because you can always change tvOS 26 later on. I will keep on iPadOS 26 because when done, set both wallpapers on iOS, iPadOS. When I get time, then go with iOS here and then go ahead and play with iOS and iPadOS, and then I will make it a tvOS 26 screen. Now here is the thing here, it's asking to put iOS here. I will put into iOS here. You can put iPadOS here. What do you want? Go back into here. So I put into the iOS and iPadOS, and we don't have to put into the iOS and iPadOS. What I typically do is I will just leave everything iPhone or iPad, MacBook, Apple TV and Apple Watch or Vision. If I go down here until where it says tvOS 26, and I will just leave it on iPadOS 26, and then I set a wallpaper into the iPad, and then later on I will go into my iOS and then go and fill the information. You can put the iOS 18 and iPadOS 26, like you can always do this as well. I will continue here. So if you go down here, it says iPadOS 26 and iPadOS 26 or tvOS 26 but you can always do this. Have 4 things here. Okay, if I look closely, if you put it on tvOS 26 and then we start up, it's automatically make a tvOS 26 to the screensaver, so it's gonna see it. If you put on iOS 26 only, way to set wallpaper on the default of 1 dynamic and 2 3 4 5 colors of iOS 26, and if you set customize and iOS 26, it's gonna see the liquid glass and go back into it. It will play iOS, iPadOS, macOS, tvOS, watchOS, and finally visionOS 26. It's gonna see it in iPadOS 26. It's only play. I will let you choose to let you view it, and if you put it on watchOS 26 here, it's gonna be watchOS 26. It's gonna see the photos. Watch face at the Apple Watch. Okay, anyways, I will keep this it on iPadOS 26. I will keep iPadOS 26 right there, and then I have the iOS and the iPadOS here, and basically you have 2 choices here. You can say yes, you can play macOS 26, or you can go not play macOS 26. Okay, so all of the electronics, and it says not play macOS 26. I will tap on not play macOS 26, and then you can leave it down here. It says oh no, don't play visionOS 26. Okay, you can always click it on yes, you can play visionOS 26. This is not play macOS 26 on the MacBook, so no, don't play visionOS 26. Okay, once I have the information here and I remember, I will set iPadOS 26 as you can see, but it's iPadOS 26. I will do is I will set the wallpapers the iOS 18 as well. Okay, anyways, text field, just leave it on private. Okay, I will leave it on private and then upload to YouTube. Okay, when he's done uploading and processing, and then typically go to my computer the next day or stuff like that, and then tags and description and the title and the tags and title and the description or stuff like that. But you can also do it private here, or you can go and just go and upload, and also when it's done uploading you can go back into the title and description and all that. But anyways, I haven't uploaded yet, but just for example, this is title here, this is also description here. Take note that we're not be able to put no private here until the YouTube already uploaded in process. Okay, so like I said, just leave it on private, but you have a choice here. You can put it on public. If you put it on public, and soon as you uploading and processing, and it's gonna be public and the whole world it's gonna to see it. If you leave it on unlisted, the only way to see the unlisted, if you set them, that's the special link, it's gonna to see it private, means only you can see it. Okay, so I will leave mine on private, and also the same thing, you can go back into the title or you can change it, put description, and also you have tags down here now. Okay, also you have set private and public in here. Okay, once you fill the title on iPhone and the description on iPhone, and you can go and make a public and click it on save it, and the whole world gonna see it. Okay, again I typically do is I will set private to the my YouTube, and then typically go into my computer later on, and then I will go the title and the description, the tags, and then make it a public in there. Okay, but sometimes I do go the public, private and unlisted and stuff like that. You can put the information here, access the description and title, and I want the private and public as soon. Okay, anyways, text field, screen recon as you uploading, and landscape, portrait. Like I said, I will typically just leave it on private, and then later on I have time, I will go ahead and actually put in a proper description, a proper title or stuff like that. Screen record. Private, basically it's only view that will be able to view it. Now I will keep this on private. Okay, now the thing is I will keep mine on private because you can always change public later on. I will keep on private because when done uploading and processing on into my YouTube when I get time, and then go with my computer here and then go ahead and put the title and description, and then I will make it a public text field. Screen record. Now here's the thing here, it's asking to put a title here. I will put into a title. You can put a description here. What do you want? Go back into here. So I put the title in and the description, and we don't have to put into the title and description. What I typically do is I will just leave everything private and public or unlisted. If I go down here until where it says public, and I will just leave it on private, and then I set it on YouTube into the iPhone, and then later on I will go into my computer and then go and fill the information. You can put the title and the tags and description like you can always do this as well. I will continue here. So if you go down here it says private and private or public, but you can always do this. Have 4 things here. Okay, if I look closely, if you leave it, I can't talk right now. There we go. If you put it on public and then we upload it, it's automatically make a public to the world. You can see it. If you put on unlisted, only way to see the unlisted video and special link, it's gonna see it. And then private, it's only you, and then you choose to let you view it. And schedule here, it's gonna be schedule, and you can set it for 3 days at 5:15 p.m. Okay, anyways, I will keep this it on private. I will keep private right there, and then I have the title and the description here, and basically you have 2 choices here. You can say yes, it's made for kids, or you can go no, it's not made for kids. Okay. So all of the videos, and it's no, it's not made for kids. I will tap on no, it's not made for kids, and then you can leave it down here. It says no, don't restrict my videos to viewers over 18. Okay, you can always click it on yes, restrict my videos to viewers over 18. This is no, it's not for kids videos, so no, don't restrict my videos to viewers over 18. Okay, once you have the information here, and I remember I will set private as you can see, but it's private. I will do is I will upload to my YouTube the tags as well. Okay, anyways, text field, screen record.